The story of Matthew Kline Kader's father. A 6 feet tall, 22-year-old, handsome Afghan youth started in Bangladesh as a model. Meanwhile, director Mushtaq found the hero and star for his next film. Looking for what appears to be an American who could also speak Bengali was the key to landing this role. The director Mushtaq was impressed by Kader's audition. After the audition, Mushtaq offered Kader the role. Bandini was a popular movie released in 1976. The famous song of Sheesh is sang by legendary Sabina Yasmin. The song Dekho Na is an all-time classic in Bangladesh, and the movie is an all-time love story for the ages. Waheed Kader, who acted as the foreign American hero, has been recognized as the Al Pacino of Bangladesh. He was born in Afghanistan and later immigrated to the USA. He was a proud Afghan American. Kader was a son of our Afghan ambassador who was assigned to work in Bangladesh at the time Kader was discovered. He traveled also in his youth due to his father's profession, which allowed him to become versed in many different cultures and languages. He was well educated and fluent in English, French, Farsi, German, Pashto, Hindi, and of course Bengali, which is reference to Bandini. He was also in another movie titled Bairagi, and 4 decades later the movie is still an all-time favorite. Bandini was a hit release and fans were excited to see a sequel with Mr. Kader. Although there is no clear reason for a sequel ever being produced. In 1980, Waheed Kader settled in Hollywood, California. He secured a position as a security guard while auditioning for roles in Hollywood. Through an agency Kader was working with, he received an audition for ABC sitcom General Hospital, in which he landed a lead role. The opportunity of being on General Hospital was huge, but newly married and his wife being pregnant with his first son Matthew, he felt it would cause stress on his wife, so he remained in his new career as a security guard and decided to give it his all. From within a few years he began to climb up the ranks from a security guard to the vice president, and later forming his own company and becoming the CEO of USS Security Protection Services. In 2001 there was a fallout within the company and Kader lost everything. Faced with severe financial crisis, he became dependent on alcohol and it became an addiction and an escape from reality. As a man and father he was breaking down. His wife, who was a stay-at-home mother, stepped up to help, and so did his oldest son Matthew, who had recently graduated from high school. This was not the first time Waheed hit rock bottom. He lost everything once before, back in 1993 in another business partnership, and he built himself back up, but the climb the second time was not one he wanted to endure. His father and mother were wealthy and did not help him financially or even emotionally. In 2003 they sold a huge property in Afghanistan for $3 million. His father and mother kept him out of the wall but helped their other 2 sons and daughter. What made this even more shocking and sad is that the youngest brother of Waheed was convicted drug dealer, yet he was still in the will. Waheed was in shock. He was hurt and saddened by the actions of his mother and father. Waheed's life had taken a turn from living in a large beautiful home with a swimming pool to living in a small 2-bedroom apartment. He wrote a letter to his parents. "I don't want to burden anyone, and especially you, with my problems. I will be leaving you all, and I found a place for you to cremate my body for $800. Don't buy a burial site, it is expensive. Instead, help and steer my wife and young boys in the right direction. I love my family, but I think they will be better without me. It's time to go. Goodbye." Waheed Kader committed suicide by gunshot wound to the head in 2004 at the young age of 50. Matthew, his oldest son, who later has become a celebrity in the bodybuilding industry, took the burden of taking care of his family. There's a lot more to this story, but we will end it by saying his boys, who are adults now, and wife are all happy and healthy, which what Waheed wanted.
কিন্তু আমার যাবার সময় হয়ে গেছে। 2004 সালের 28 নভেম্বর মাত্র 50 বছর বয়সে ওয়াহিদ কাদের আত্মহত্যা করেন। বাবার মৃত্যুর পর ম্যাথিউ ক্লাইন কাদের পরিবারের হাল ধরেন। তিল তিল করে নিজের কোম্পানি গড়ে তোলেন। মাত্র 10 বছরে তার পরিবার আবার ঘুরে দাঁড়ায়। ওয়াহিদের মেজ ছেলে ইয়ামা কাদের ক্যালিফোর্নিয়ায় বসবাস করেন। ছোট ছেলে জোসেফ কাদের যুক্তরাষ্ট্রের সেনাবাহিনীর হয়ে আফগানিস্তানে কাজ করেছেন। এখন মা রোনাকে নিয়ে ক্যালিফোর্নিয়াতে থাকেন। একসময় অর্থকষ্টে আত্মহত্যা করা ওয়াহিদ কাদেরের স্ত্রী সন্তান এখন সুপ্রতিষ্ঠিত।